is Thomas Soap and I go to Havelock North Intermediate. Lucas came in and he made a real inspirational speech about passion and his book, The Tale of the Tortoise Buffet. I think that's a real nice book and everyone in the classes and school should have one to take home and read.
Hi, my name is Kiva and I go to Havelock North Intermediate School. Today Lucas came to talk to our class about the 6 rules, and I think they're really important rules and a lot of people should go by them. I also think that a lot of people in the school should have his book that he's written, The Tale of the Tortoise Buffet. I think it's a good book and a lot of people should have it. More people from not just our school, other schools too.
I'm Ranger and I go to Havelock North Intermediate School. And I think it's a great idea that Lucas has been trying to get books for everyone in the school. And it was really inspiring, his talk about passion and the 6 rules and talking about habits and the list of habits. Write down your lists and say them every day twice.
Hi, my name is Rosie Caldwell and I'm from Havelock North Intermediate. I just was listening to Lucas speaking and it was really moving. He talked about passion and he told us 6 rules that we need to do, and every night now I'm going to write down what I want, what my dream is, and every morning. And also I can't believe what he's doing for us. He wants everyone to have this book. It's called The Tale of Tortoise Buffet and he's biking from Cape.
Good afternoon, Graham Ellis from Havelock North Intermediate School speaking. Lucas Rimmerswale is cycling the length of New Zealand to promote his book, The Tale of Tortoise Buffet. This is an enchanting story with a financial literacy message which is very appropriate for adolescent learners. Lucas is offering this book free to schools throughout New Zealand, but he needs a corporate sponsor to help him achieve this goal. Can you help in the sponsorship?
Doing it in a really wonderful, diversive way, in that he is walking from Cape Reinga to cycling from Cape Reinga to the Bluff, and calling into schools and talking with students about how important it is to be financially aware and also to be able to read. So those are 2 things that you need to do to get on in the world, and he's got some really interesting things to talk about this afternoon. So welcome.
You can be.
You can be.
Well, let's try that again. You can be.
You can be.
Anything.
Anything.
You want to be.
You want to be.
If it's to be.
If it's to be.
It's up to me.
It's up to me.
So if you had the choice between $1 million or $1 billion, what would you have? 1,000 million. That's $1 billion. Have anyone ever met a billionaire? Anyone know any billionaires? I met this guy at the back of a restaurant in Omaha, and he was worth $44 billion. And he was an ordinary 6-year-old. Started at age 6 out in business. By the time he was 18, he was earning more than his teachers, just from his investments. Some rules. If you had something that you really, really wanted, you had a dream, does anyone know what they want to do? What would you?
A lawyer or a pilot.
You'd like to be a pilot or a lawyer?
I'd like to be a journalist or a
A journalist? A doctor or a psychologist? Maybe you can help me with my problems then.
I want to make aircraft.
What do you want to do with aircraft?
Automotive engineer.
An automotive engineer?
Pilot.
Pilot? A teacher? And so that's the real secret to life. If you have unlimited enthusiasm, you can achieve anything you want. We want to do a more New Zealand story rather than just a tortoise in the hare. So we were thinking about a story about a tuatara, because he's the only living relative of a dinosaur, and a kiori, you know, the Maori rats. And so we just thought we could have the tuatara with some really good habits, and perhaps the kiori with some really bad habits. Who could think of some really bad habits?
But like taking food or like not eating, stealing.
Stealing food? Any other bad habits? Really
Just like whenever you feel like it, just like lying down doing nothing.
doing nothing, resting all the time.
Selfish.
Being selfish.
His nose.
Picking his nose. Well, I can tell you 3 habits that will guarantee failure. And those 3 habits are gambling, going to the casino, gambling or lotto, drinking hard liquor, tequila, smoking marijuana cigars. They're going to lead to failure, guaranteed failure. And so when we got a kiori, you know, a rat, doing some really bad habits, where's he going to end up? In the gutter, isn't he?
Yeah.
And so a tuatara, who normally sort of lives 150 years, what do you think are some really, really good habits?
Exercise.
Exercising?
Like friendly and nice to like.
Friendly and nice?
Like helpful.
Being helpful?
Keeping a healthy, healthy
Diet.
Diet, yeah.
Generous.
Being generous?
The thing on the board. Yeah.
Having a passion? What? Well, the 3 most important habits are like integrity. Anyone know what integrity means?
Yeah. Oh.
Honesty, being honest. So having a very high level of... See, finding your passion is having a very high level of integrity or honesty with yourself, because you're only prepared to do what you're really excited about doing, what you love doing anyway, what you're enthusiastic about doing. So that's having integrity with yourself, finding your passion. And so that's the first really important habit. The other really important habit, how many hours a day do you think a guy like Mr. Buffett spends reading?
About 2 hours. Maybe half a day.
Half a day, yeah. I reckon about half a day. That's how many hours. He reads 5 newspapers a day, 3 annual reports. He's always got 50 books on the go. So he'd be reading from 6 to 8 hours a day, easy. So you think reading's a pretty important habit?
Yeah. Yes.
So you think a tuatara, he'd spend a lot of his life reading?
No. Yes.
Well, in our story, he's going to, isn't he? In our story. He's going to have integrity, he's going to read a lot. What's another really important habit?
Thinking.
Thinking, absolutely. Thank you for that. Our camera person.
Turn it to yourself. All right.
I just turned around and go, so thinking and reading and having integrity. So if we had a tuatara with some really good habits and a kiori with some really bad habits, we could write a really interesting story, couldn't we? So this is what I'm challenging you to do. Is anyone here a great artist? Okay, let's see the man, the great artist who's got his hand up. What's your name?
Ted.
So tell me about Ted's artwork. I'm going to get this young lady.
I've never seen his.
Who's a year
Who's seen
7? Who's
Ted's
seen
artwork?
it?
Anyone seen Ted's artwork? Okay, well, so we want an artist to make pictures, and we want story writers, and we want this story to be written by school-age children. So I'd love you to have a go at this.